Good morning. Here it's morning and it's Saturday and it's March 23rd. Now, I got out my stuff yesterday, my ointment. So I just brought a whole bunch more in here. I've got my stuff in here. So I'm gonna figure it out and get it organized, see how much I've got and stuff like that. But here is, I'll just show you a couple things, okay? Because I was telling you on my last video all about my ointment and what I've done. So, see this jar here? See, how does it start? It doesn't say it in the big words, but when you read on the back, it is a face and body cream, okay? And this is the one I put 2 ounces of my no, I didn't. I put 2 ounces of my liquid gold, which is 2 grams of Rick Simpson oil mixed with 2 ounces of fractionated coconut oil and sunflower lecithin to emulsify it, to blend it together so it's not all separated and stuff. So anyway, this cream, when I put it in here, was white, really white. And you probably can't tell how green it is now, but it is green. Okay, and you can see I've used it because it was up to the top. I used it, but I was packed it away because I thought I was leaving. So I just got it back out to use. I've got a video earlier. I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to look. Okay. So if my eyes look a little off, that's why. Because I'm looking over there, and I should be looking over there. I don't know how I can do that. Anyway, what I started to say was I've got a video somewhere back there where I'm putting this stuff on my face. I covered my face in it, even across my eyes, and let it sit in like a nice beauty mask. But it is pretty cool. Okay, so it's a nice cream, and then it's got my stuff in it. And my stuff being water soluble now, can't tell if I look over there. Are you gonna see me? Let's see, where is that camera? It's way over there. Okay. Anyway, the point is, I just showed you the cream, okay? And my sister had given me a face cream, but I believe I left it in Colorado. A really nice face cream, and I made it green too. Need it. I wish it was here. Now this one I've dug into. This is my ointment. Okay, I took all those little jars of ointment and loaded it in here. And I've been using it, so you can see I'm not just talking about it, I am using it. Now this is the stuff you could use for putting it on your gums, putting it on your face, putting it, in fact I think I will. I'll just put some on my face. It'll be shiny. This is the oil, the ointment. And I'm not sure if it has some beeswax in it or not. I prefer not putting the beeswax in, but it is not supposed to hurt it anything. And the beeswax I got was also organic, if that was a question. But I'll just put some on both sides. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get a rosy glow, because I could definitely use some color in my face. And yes, I know, I don't wear makeup. Not really quite sure if I do want to wear some. My sister had a nice foundation that you just brush on real easy, and it just blends your impurities or whatever. I don't know if it's imperfections, it's not impurities. But you know, like freckles and like my age spot over here. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna mess up my stuff. I took and put a little clip in my hair over here. I need to get some clips and just try to do that. Now, I'm not sure that there's so many blood veins or anything in your face as far as getting this medicine to the rest of your body, like I was talking about. You put it on your veins. So I'm gonna show you that too. And then, to depending on how long we talk, I should be able to show you how my veins look after. So I will just show you right now. You can see that I have veins, okay? But they're not sticking up. I think if you guys look, you'll see you've got that nice veins. And then the back of my hand, you cannot see those. But boy, they do come to the surface. And it's like I can see the whole vein, not just the top of it, okay? And I am going to put some on. So I'll just go ahead and put some of this ointment on. That's quite a bit, actually, but I'm going to put it on my veins there. Just coming right out of my hand into my wrist. And then I'm going to put it back here on this part. And it's just oil. And it melts to the touch, so you don't got to worry about it being solid. Alright, so I've rubbed that fairly well. I've got it here. And see, I think I'll just do it on one hand. I'll do it on just my left hand. But what I've noticed in the past is both sides will raise up. I don't necessarily have to put it right on the veins on both sides. I think one good cluster should get it going through your system. And I do believe that it opens up your blood vessels. It dilates them, okay? Dilates them, makes them larger, makes that blood flow really good. So right now you can see it's kind of shiny. I don't know if you can see that because there's a shadow, but it's shiny. So when I was mentioning before to be careful not to rub it off, maybe you just need to make sure you rub it in. But what I'm talking about is your clothes or wherever you set your arm down on. You know, if you're against material and there's oil left on your skin, it's going to rub off. And we don't want this to rub off. We want it in our bodies. Okay? Okay, so this is, there's too much of a shadow. I don't know if I can fix that. But anyway, I don't think I can. But you can tell it's pretty green, okay? You can see now, like with this, if I remember right, with the ointment, I put all those jars in here, but I also added, I'm not sure how much I added. I have to go back and see if it tells me. But like I said, I kind of judge by color. And with my stuff, the greener it is, the stronger it is, okay? There are those who will say you don't need it to be green. Wow. There's so many things that are good in marijuana for the medicine. So I think the more the better. The more the merrier, the more the better. When I did my stuff, like I said, in the magical butter machine, it kind of it turns it into mulch. I mean, it grinds it up good fashion, and that does it for hours. I think it's like either 4 hours or 8 hours, depending on what you set it on. Set the controls on, okay? So, my stuff is really great, and the price is subject to change. I'm going to go over my stuff and see what I've got and really think about it. Because when you stop and think of all that went into making that, oh my God. Now with us, Joe had a medical card where he had, he's got some major injuries from his past. And they gave him a 75 plant count. Now, I don't think they're doing that anymore. Not that many. But they did that according to, they figured that he's like a new grower and he would be getting a little yield instead of a lot, which is the truth. You can get a lot if you know what you're doing, and Joe knew what he was doing some, but still there's something missing there, that it's not so easy to grow marijuana. not the way that these people are putting them in the dispensaries and stuff. I mean, oh my God. Things are just different than they used to be. As far as I'm concerned, the marijuana plant is killer. And even the stuff that they trim off, I don't think they should be trimming it off. I mean, trim a little bit off, but not down to a solid, hard nugget, you know? Look at all that's wasted. And it's not wasted. What they're doing is they're putting it through a machine. There's a vacuum. So as it's trimming, there's a vacuum pulling all that trim. And also the crystal. So that trim is valuable that comes through that machine, because it's got a lot of good stuff in it, okay? And I know I'm looking over there, and if I look over here, I can't see myself, so I don't know what I'm doing. It's a new adventure, but I do like the fact that it covers the whole screen. So what I still, like I've been talking about for a while, I need to get a tripod, and then I need to turn my camera sideways, and then I'll have the whole screen covered. So I just wanted to say hey and tell you what's going on, and I'm going to endeavor today to put all my stuff together. And then I'm going to figure out an ad. And maybe even not an ad. Maybe I'll just go door to door like I said. Just leave my neighborhood and go to another neighborhood somewhere. Because that is how sales are done. I mean, how many of those windows people and vacuum people and pots and pans people go door to door? I don't like going door to door. You meet strangers. But then again, you might meet your neighbors. But that's the thing. You don't want to meet your neighbors and then... People have ideas, you know. Nevertheless, I'm going to work on this. And really what I should do is go to a crafts fair and sell it there. Or that would be like Saturday market. And they have a farmer's market here that's pretty big, I guess, but it sounds like it's a crazy amount of money just to be there. The things that I went to in the past, the crafts fairs and the different shows, you paid for your booth, and then they got a percentage of your sales, but they don't charge you a bloody damn fortune just to have your booth there. And it sounds like this one here is charging a bunch, you know, like $500 a month or one lady, the one she's working for, is $1,000 a month. What's that trip? You'd have to have so much in sales in order to be able to come out smelling like a rose. Otherwise, you're just giving all the money to the people that you're having your booth at. I remember booths costing, you know, $25, $35. And then you give them a percentage of your sales. And then let's hope you have some sales, you know. But these ones that I guess have a lot of people there, maybe. I just can't imagine, okay? My mind cannot fathom these large numbers because I haven't made a lot of money on all my endeavors. What I've done is gone along and used up my time and shared my expertise and not sold. I mean, they wanted it, but they wanted it in their own. I'm talking about my macrame, okay? They loved my macrame, but they wanted it in their colors, and they wanted to custom order, and I couldn't do that, okay? Plus, I just wasn't aware of all that I needed to do. Like I was talking about with the Avon the other day. You just need to go into it with business in your head, and you get the money up front. And then these people can't run away on you. You don't order it unless you got the money. Now, you got to make sure you don't spend that money. You got to be, I don't know my right words. I was going to say wise, but that's not quite the right word. In other words, they're going to trust you with their money, and you're going to order it, and you're going to pay for it. And you need to make sure that you do that. It's hard to trust people. That's the big issue in business. Like the propane company, when we went to Perryton, Texas, my dad went about doing what the big propane companies do, which is give credit. Give credit to these people. And he didn't even know these people. He didn't research their background or nothing, just gave them credit, which means he gave them his money, and they didn't pay back. So what happens? You can't pay for the propane to order anymore. I'm just saying, for an example. Also with the Avon, you don't treat it like a business, and you don't keep, if you don't pay your bill, you don't keep going in business. You can't go along. You know what I'm trying to say? You're out of business if you have no funds to work with. So when someone gives you credit, unless you're a crook, pay it back. Be diligent in paying your bills to those people who give you credit. How rude. I mean, how freaking rude are you to take and then not pay back? I know I'm looking in the wrong place. I need to be looking over there, but it seems to me, for some reason, I want to look over there. And the camera's over there. But anyway, I've got to find a way to make money. I've noticed, see this right here above my eyes? My dad has that too. So it's not just me, it's a family trait. I don't know if everybody else has it, but Dad has it and I have it. And I came from Dad, so there you go. I have to look and see if any of my siblings have that. But nevertheless, I said I wouldn't talk very long. I was going to make it short. How far have I gotten? 17 minutes. I don't want to read any of that stuff. So I'm not going to. I think I will just do what I said. I will stop. I'm going to work on my stuff. You know, like I said, some of it, the oil expanded and came out, so I've got to clean them up a little bit. The stuff inside is great. It's just that there's stuff on the outside that I need to clean up. And not all of them are like that, but some are. So I'll be rubbing it on my skin all day. You know, that's the good thing about it. You can keep putting it on. And I am ready to go make some more. That's another good reason for going home. I want to go home and take care of the vehicles that are just sitting there going to rot. And take care of some titles and deeds. Need to sell the vehicles, and if you do them with salvage, you get a lot more money with the title. And the titles are there. I just need to sign them off. So here's hoping to a great new future. I got to get started. I got to get busy. I can't be lackadaisical, which is lazy. I need to be after it, like my life depends on it. And really, it kind of does. The quality of life that's coming in the future. Just need to take care of things and get ready. And I love all you people. I love all you people that are not, you don't even know who I am. And I do that in the way that you're my brother or my sister, okay? And it's hard to love ones that are mean to you. So, no, I'm not that perfect. I can't do that. When someone's mean to me, I'm mean back. We're not supposed to be. So I'm not there yet, okay? I'm not all that. Turn the other cheek. There's a reason for turning the other cheek, and it's not because you're weak. It's because you want to stop the damn fight. You need to stop it before it escalates out of control. Escalades. I don't know how you say that word, but anyway. Momentum. You know, one person is mean and the other person's mean back, then the other person is more mean back, and etc. It goes back and forth and back and forth, and it gets worse and worse and worse. It does not get better. So, in order to have peace, you need to stop it. So that means sometimes turning the other cheek. And it doesn't mean for them to beat you up. But I mean, this is between a mother and a daughter. You be fighting. And you got to have the last say-so. I can remember having to have the last say-so because I am the mama. By God, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out. I do remember saying that. You are my child. You came out of me, and by God, you will respect me. I don't care if you're a drunken, you know what, calling me every name in the book. Teenagers are wonderful little gadgets. We forget where our blessings come from. And we forget those things that are our responsibilities. In other words, a child that's the mother of a child, living with her mother, and then her mother becomes the mother of the child because she's always taking care of her. My child would go out, come home at 5 in the morning, drunker than a skunk. And then she's supposed to stay home and take care of her child while I go to work? No. Getting mad at me for even turning my back, you know, and missing out on something that happened when you're going to be out for the count for hours. And that little kid is there by herself, unless she goes to work with her mother, her grandmother. I took my granddaughter to work with me many times because I had to. And a person who is drunk and passed out, and when they wake up, they don't have a clue what they have done, how long it has been, or anything. All they know is they were fine until they weren't. They were fine until they woke up and wow, what's going on? So you people out there, you kids out there, if you are a mother or a father of a child, you take care of them. You don't leave that for your mom and dad to do and then get mad at them for taking on the responsibility of being a mother. I didn't mean to rant about that. And there are so many going through the same thing. And us as grandparents are stuck. What do? You've got to protect the grandchild. And you need to protect your child too, but how do you do when they're so mean and belligerent and ungrateful? Because that's how children are. I'm talking about an 18-year-old, okay? Or a 19-year-old. Those people are still children. And they still got their whole life ahead of them. And they're not, she wasn't married, so therefore she's still got the seeking going on. But mostly the drinking. She didn't get stoned. She hated me. She hated the fact that I got stoned all the time. But then, you know, look at yourself. And how can you look at yourself when you're passed out? Or you're blacked out? Meaning you're still going strong, but you're blacked out. You don't know what you're doing. It's a very scary situation out there, people. Alcohol is bad. It really is bad because you can't control yourself once you've had too much. It depends on your system, okay? Not everybody's got that problem, but I think it must run in our family a little bit, blacking out. And somebody said it might have to do with blood sugar too, because alcohol is sugar. Nothing like taking a whole bunch of that stuff that's gonna mess with you. Anyway, that was so many years ago. But you people, you don't realize, unless someone takes a movie of you and lets you see it. I mean, so passed out you can't even get him to wake up. But then there's the blacking out. That's what I did. I blacked out. I played my best pool when I was blacked out. I got every shot in. Boom, boom, boom. And people didn't really know that I was blacked out, I don't think. But basically, it's kind of like being asleep but awake. They say you won't do anything that you wouldn't normally do, but it still puts you in a very vulnerable position. You're at the mercy of the people around you, and especially if they know what's going on. Scary business. So, I'm not trying to be mean to my child, and I was not a good example as far as, I wasn't a good example ever. I was going out too, because I was going through a divorce when she was very young. In fact, I found out I was getting divorced, or I was going to get divorced when I was 8 months pregnant. I mean, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know the extent of what was going on. My husband was involved with the secretary at his work. She had 2 kids. He had one on the way. And he chose to be with her and her 2 children. And then he was happy enough to just let me, the mother of the child, move into a damn apartment, and he took my house, which I bought that house. I mean, our money together bought that house, but I'm the one who searched for it. I'm the one who did all the work for it. And then I let him have it. I let him have my house and my acre of land and my truck and camper and my horses and everything. And I went and lived in an apartment with my child. And I didn't know how I was going to take care of her. I didn't have a job. I mean, I went back to the job that I would have had. Okay, let me say that better. I gave up a promotion. Did I say that? A promotion at a place where I had worked 5 years already. They gave me a promotion opportunity right before I went home for pregnancy leave, whatever you want to call that. And I told them, no, I'm going to go home and be a mama, because that was the plan. Well, that plan got really screwed up. Totally fucked up, okay? Anyway, so, unhappy people are not the best people. And I didn't say that very well, but you don't do the best job being a parent when you're totally forsaken and lost. And now somebody's opening a door. I guess I'm going to have to stop. What's going on, Papa?
I just want to let you know I called
Nathan?
Nathan, and it wasn't a big deal, but he just wanted to know about,
Linda?
Linda was supposed to come by the latter part of the week, and
So he was trying to find out what happened.
yeah, and she didn't come by, and she called me, and we set up an appointment for Wednesday this coming week.
Well, I had wrote him a note and told him she was coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
If that was what it was he was
Anyway,
calling about.
My phone, after I finally called him and got him, my phone ran out of gas before we got through. So I went,
You ain't got mine?
I went in your room and borrowed your phone.
Okay. I don't ever use it anyway, so that's perfect.
I figured it would be all right. And anyhow, when you come back through, you're welcome to pick it up and take it back to your room.
All right, Papa Bear.
I think mine will be charged up a little bit by then.
Well, I can leave it a while.
Okay, honey. Well, listen, I appreciate all you do, and I'm sorry for the hollering this morning, and I didn't mean to.
I understand.
I just kind of wanted to
Finish
share
your show, I know.
3 episodes that was on. All right, take care.
I'll be in there in a little bit, Papa
Okay,
Bear.
honey, take your time.
Okay.
Ain't no rush.
All right. Okay, so he brought up a situation. I don't know if you could hear that, but I did get a little loud with my Papa Bear this morning. Because you know what? Sometimes people just don't get it in their heads what's important. Dad is all into his shows, okay? And there are times when he just doesn't want to be bothered by anything. He just wants to watch that show. But it's the fact that he's seen that show a million times already. He knows it by heart. If you sit down to watch the show with him, he's going to tell you every part about it. And you won't be able to hear the show because he's too busy telling you about it. But it's like I told him, here I am living in this house with you, a living, breathing person. And the show's what counts. It's not the person. Well, Nathan had called this morning, and he didn't want to call Nathan back until after his show was over, and I'm going, you know what? I told him, it's a movie, or it's a show, and you've seen it over and over and over again. And when you've got your child, make the decision correctly. What's most important? Your child. The living, breathing person here, or the living, breathing person on the phone. Not the damn TV show. So, I was just trying to get that point across to him. How it feels from the other side. He gets upset because I'm not in there with him all the time. But not that I would be all the time, because I got things going on too. And the point is, he watches things that I don't like. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear. And so, no, I'm not going to go in there and sit and watch that show with you. Excuse me. Murder, rape, gunfights. That happens in old westerns. But every day, all these shows, they've got to have this dilemma so that someone can come in and save the day. Well, in the meantime, all that crap's going on in my head. It's feeding my soul, and I don't like it at all, okay? So, we do have to have discussions. And sometimes we just need to be woken up by somebody. Because life is short. And the most important things in life is your family and your children. That's your family. But given the choices, you guys need to make good choices. And even the most God-fearing, scripture-reading, going to church meeting people are failing in some areas. So yes, I know, he's 88, doesn't have a whole lot going on in life that he's excited about. He is excited to go and be down there with Nathan. I'm excited for him. Now, what that means is a whole lot of work in order to do that. Myself, I think he ought to, I don't know what I think. Because I don't have anywhere to live either. Once this house is sold, I will have to be in Denver unless I'm in Kansas, because I don't have a place to be. I got 68 acres over there in Colorado, but I don't have the amenities of life there. I don't have, in the spring, summer, and fall, I have running water. But I still have to, we have to go and get it in a water tank and bring it and then hook it up to my trailer. So, 3 of the seasons out of the year, it's okay. But winter, everything freezes, the valves break, you just can't function unless we get that plumbing done. And I've had the plumbing supplies forever, it just hasn't been done. Because someone's too busy smoking pot. There's always something else better to do than to do the work. So yes, although I love pot, it should help you or you shouldn't do it until after you're done. You do your work. Then later you relax and do some pot. Okay? I don't know. I keep looking over there for some reason, and I don't know what it's going to do if I look over there because I can't see it. Anyway. We just need to make good choices. It's okay to have your pot, but don't let everything else slide away because of it. You know, my husband, he's not my husband anymore. Take heed to that. Spend all of his time online and smoking pot and eating. Making food and eating, making a mess for someone else to clean up. Yeah, I'm not somebody's maid. I will do my part and help out, but I am not the maid. And especially being married to a man who is I'm saying bad things about Joe. But damn it. You know, he's just like a little kid. The trash goes right where it's at. It doesn't get put where it's supposed to be. The dishes will sit there with crusties on them for someone else to do. You want to talk about making me mad? Yeah. Clean up after yourself. At least rinse your dishes out and stack them. Don't leave a bloody mess. Not going to do it. Not going to do it anymore. You know, when you're in that situation, you kind of have to do it because otherwise no one else is going to do it. And after a while, it's a big freaking mess. It's easier to keep things clean as you go than to have to go back and try to clean up a big old pile of crap. So that's enough of that. I was going to get off of here. We're at 37 minutes, so it's not short. And it's been about a bunch of different things. We are all guilty. I've had shows that were my favoriteest shows, and boy, I didn't want anybody talking when it was on. There was a show a long time ago. My daughter was like 14 years old, maybe. And it was called Soap, S-O-A-P. It was funny. And it was only a half an hour long. And I wanted to catch every word because there were trickery in the words too, you know. Anyway, so I'm guilty. I'm very guilty of making bad decisions. And more caring about myself than my child. I cared about my child and I love my child, but you know, they only take up a certain amount of your need for love. When you're a grown woman and you're not with the father of your child, there you are. Life could have been a lot sweeter had I married the right man. And when you look at it, we were children. So married the right boy. Bad subjects. You know, marriage can be a wonderful thing, but I haven't really had it yet where it was wonderful. You know, I had some fun times. My second husband was all about fun, but then he was also all about cheating. He went and got a job as a bouncer. And what does that tell you? You're at a bar where all these people are coming. All these women are coming. Yeah, didn't take him long. He wasn't into that marriage at all. I don't know what his trip was. Possession. Let's see, there was possession and jealousy. He had problems, which caused me to have problems. That's my second husband. Okay. John Kovacevic. John Leo Kovacevic. He was a trip. So anyway, we all do things and we pay for it because we have natural consequences for our actions. And even if you're innocent to a point, you know, I was innocent. I was in love with a boy. I thought I was in love with the boy across the street. Boy, what a stupid idiot I was. And then he married me, even though he didn't want to. So what does that do for you? A lovely marriage? No. So I don't know how to get on the other side of the screen. There. So I'm going to stop and let this go. Still going to have a beautiful day. I've decided my friend's advice a long time ago, it wasn't that long ago really, choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. It's not always easy to do. But I do have a lot of great things going on that makes me happy. So I just need to, I was going to say hold to the rod, but that's not it. You know, hold to the rod, the iron rod, it's the word of God. It will safely guide you through. But I was going to say, hold on to the good stuff you got going on and try to remember that at all times. And then everything else will be easier. I hope. So, no, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect in any way, okay? I am a lover, though. And I am a child of God. And I do know that I am. And I also that's just a message coming in, okay? That was my brother texting. Okay. So I started to say the big job to get Dad down there to Nathan's. They're trying to figure that out, which I already had it figured out. Dad should move in with David. David is 2 miles from Nathan. David and Nathan are like brothers. I mean, like I said, Dad's mother was still having children when Dad and Mom were having children, okay? David is 3 months younger than me. And Dale is 3 years younger than me. And Kathy is 1.5 years older than me. And we all played together. Nathan is 1 year and a month younger than me. So it's Kathy, me, David, Nathan, and then Dale. And then we all played together. You know, because it was a fact of babysitters while you're busy. So Grandma and Dad, their children were together. I got a lot of good memories from back then. And I forget what the reason was, what path I was headed down. Oh, I was talking about Dad going down there. What would be best is if he, I can't say that would be best. Okay, one avenue, one avenue which would be quick is just gather up your stuff and go. Lock up the house. You don't got to sell the house. Lock it up and come back when, okay, so like for me, I can't be here all the time, and I've been here for over 1 year. January was 1 year that I've been in this house, so that I left for 5 weeks in July. But see, I just need to go take care of business, and I don't know how long that's going to take. And I don't have a place to live unless I go to Kansas. But I don't think that's a good idea, because I do like my pot, okay? And I don't want to live where pot is illegal. So it has to be in a state where it's legal. And I need to figure out what to do with the rest of my life. I want to do great things. I want to enjoy And I want to be about my Father's business some too, because, you know, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's what I've been doing on this channel. Trying to spread the word. Jesus Christ is God of this earth. And yes, he has his Father who is God too. So it does get confusing. Especially I was reading something just in the last couple of days that made it even more confusing. I, the Lord God, created this and that. And he said, by the word of his power. And see, Jesus Christ was always called the Word also. If you read through it very much, you'll understand that. But Jesus created this earth and the heavens and all that in it are. So either he created it with his Father, that's a controversy that I have to do a lot more reading on. I don't know. I do know that he is the God of this earth, and he did pay for us with his sacrifice. He atoned for our sins, and he made it possible that we could be resurrected, that we don't have to stay without our bodies. We can come back and get our bodies again. And there's more to come. There's a lot more to come after this. So you guys don't give up hope. Don't think that you're going to go lay down in that grave and that's all there is to it, because it's not. You've got a rude awakening. Awakening. That's funny. Because really you're not going to go to sleep. Your body's going to be here and you're going to be gone and you're going to be busy. You're not going to be laying in that grave without rest and peace. No, you're not. That's just a little bit on the silly side. So, just reiterating, you know, that I'm all about Jesus Christ. And there was a time in my life when I wanted to be his wife. And not like these Catholic nuns. I mean, I really wanted to be. I wanted him to be mine. I had the biggest, it was a carpet, one of those tapestries you put on the wall. I had a big tapestry of the Last Supper. Took up the whole wall in my living room. In my little house that I was going to buy. My little one-bedroom shack in Vancouver. Hazeldale, as a matter of fact. But anyway, I think I've got me no one will compare to Jesus. Okay, he's the best. But if you can't have him, I got someone that I'm aspiring to have anyway. That totally makes me happy. So we shall see what the future will bring. But in the meantime, I've got to take care of business. And Dad needs help. I mean, this house is so full of stuff. It's going to take a major job. But see, what I started to say was, Dad could just pack up what he needs to go and lock up the house. Or leave me in charge of the house, but I need to leave for a couple months. I don't know. Maybe I just need to leave for just a short period of time. It just depends on how fast I can do stuff. But what I really need to do is I need to go to my place in Colorado. And then I need to go to the place in Kansas. I need to start advertising right now. And then I could show it while I'm there. And I can take care of the deeds. There's no problem there. I could take care of Dad's stuff too if he'd let me. But they won't. So. But I've done it before. I've done all the deeds and the different things that I've done, the transactions. You don't have to have a lawyer. You just need to know what you're doing. And I took that course, Carlton Sheets course on real estate. It doesn't teach you everything, but it gives you a lot of knowledge. And so there's a way to take care of business. You just need to be able to do the deed, and you need to file it. It costs a certain amount of money to file it, and that's all there is to it. It used to be like $8 for the first page and so much for each page after that. And it might be more than that now. I'm sure it is. But point is, there's a way to take care of business. I've got to get some deeds. Like, I've got my deeds, so I can go and make, and I did make some photocopies of it. So now then I need whiteout, okay? You go and white out the names, and then make more copies so that you've got the blank form, and then you just fill in the names different. See, I'm talking to myself because I've got to do that. I've got 2 deeds that I need to take care of. I've got a lot of things I need to take care of. But I will be so much happier when it's all done. It'll be a weight lifted off of my shoulders. Things I won't have to worry about anymore. And also bills. Bills come along with that stuff, you know. Like the house in Kansas. Thank God the taxes are not really high. The taxes are reasonable in Kansas and in Colorado. Texas, no. The taxes are not so reasonable. But really they are compared. Because like Downs, my taxes on that house, not the one I'm talking about trying to sell now, the one I had originally, I traded that house for the property in Colorado. And I bought that house at an auction. But the taxes were high, man. The taxes were $1,333. Well, see, 333 are my lucky numbers, so I took it as a sign. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have took it as a sign, but anyway, I bought that house. And the point of that, the taxes, was that even the highest price house in the community didn't have any higher taxes than I did. So I don't think it was fair. But when you're in a small community, they can do what they want to. And they got to have their revenue from somewhere, right? So they take it from you. Ouch. Oh, my body hurts. Okay, so I think that I'm going to stop, call this a done deal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go talk to my Papa Bear for a minute. And then I think I'm going to try to go out for a walk. Hopefully it'll be better by then. So, and then I am going to come out here and take care of all my ointments and stuff and get a handle on things. And then, I got to figure out my ads, okay? That's where it is. Ads, where can I advertise? And then really I'm my own best advertisement. In other words, I do run into people and do have conversations, and then if I have my samples in my purse, I have given some away. But I really need to sell it. That's what I need to do. So, I will figure this out. So, let's see. You're kidding me. Okay. It wasn't. My eyes aren't seeing because I don't have my glasses on. Nevertheless, we are at 54 minutes. Not quite an hour. But I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to be back with more later. Okay? You guys have a great day. I'm going to have a great day. One way or the other. No, really, I am. Started my day good. And it's going to stay that way. No matter. And that's not a challenge. It's not a challenge to make my day bad. So let's don't do that. I want you guys to have a good day too. Okay? Take good care of yourself. If you're able, do the best you can with what you got. And if you have an overabundance of stuff, see if you can't help somebody else out. Doesn't mean you gotta go giving your stuff all away, you know, but if there's ways that you can help somebody, it's gonna help you too in the long run. You know, like a pair of shoes on somebody's feet. People have been nice to me. My friend, even, you know, my girlfriend, she grabbed a pair of shoes out of her closet and gave it to me when I came here before. But then I wore those shoes for a year and it put a bunion on my foot, or it put something bad on my toe. I couldn't walk. I was limping. And they were Nikes. So Nikes are not always the best. They're kind of flimsy. In other words, no cushion for the feet right there. It was just like really not very cushiony at all. But it's nice when people do that. My sister has given me several pairs of shoes now, and a dress, and makeup. And my other sister gave me some clothes at Christmas. That was really sweet. But I just need to downsize everything, and just, it's time to just have what you love and let someone else have the stuff that you don't. In other words, clothes-wise. I have some clothes that someone else might love that I don't. Oh, me and Dad was talking about, like I said, downsizing. We need to go through our stuff and get ready to give some stuff to Goodwill. And then someone said, don't give it to Goodwill because they throw it away. That ain't cool. Meaning if they throw it away. But we just need to do our part as much as we can. If we see someone in need and we have a way to help them out, let's help them out. And hope they'll do it for us too. And they do. Okay? And don't be afraid. In other words, you don't want to ask for anything, but yeah, they can see. They can see you need. And Goodwill has been my friend. I like Goodwill. I like going and finding someone else's treasures. I'm sure I bought all of this there. But I got a pair of jeans on I dearly love. They're bell bottoms. They have some type of it's like a tennis shoe type of lace-up thing in the back, right up by the waist. It goes down a little bit where you can lace it up. Maybe that's in case you need to spread it out or something. But I cut off the laces. I tied it tight up at the top, and then I left this much of a lace down, but I got rid of the rest of it. It was just way too long. It's like, what the heck? Need all these strings hanging down. Those things which I share, I'm not trying to be mean, okay? But they were real. And I'm sure it's going on, not just with my family, meaning me and my daughter, and what was going on back when she was 18 years old, 18, 19, 20. She had her daughter when she was 18. And I'm not sure how long she lived with me after that, because after that last blow up, the one I told you about, she moved out. Which wasn't a good situation either, because there you are, you have no worry about the grandchild, and you don't know what's going on because you're not in the same house. And you know the partying is still going on. That didn't stop. But at least she had her own place. And she moved in with a girlfriend. She had a lot of friends. But you guys, you just put those chastity belts on in your head. Don't be giving your body to these people. You really should keep it until you get married. And only get married if you're in love. And not just you in love, both of you in love. Because we don't realize, I know, we don't realize the fact that, I mean, sex is meant for a husband and a wife. And it's meant for procreation and bringing in your children But your children need to be yours. You need to love and want them. I mean, you have a child with somebody that you love and you want to share that. You want to make something between the two of you. Your child is a product of the two of you. And then you want to love them and take care of them and not be all lost drinking and crap, okay? Drinking is not happiness. In fact, I think drinking is the opposite of happiness. I think people do it to drown in their sorrows, but it does not make anything better. It makes it worse. But the big issue is the family, guys. And being able to have children that are of your body. And love them. And raise them up to be wonderful human beings. No, I will say, my daughter is a wonderful human being. And she might say she doesn't believe in God, but she does. I know she does. She just doesn't understand a lot of things. A lot of people don't understand a lot of things. I'm just going to say goodbye again. It is now an hour. So I lie all the time. I told you it was going to be short. But I'm still going to put this on there. Life is what you make it. And life does happen to you. Sometimes you can be the best person, but things happen to you. And not that I was ever the best person, okay? First marriage should have never happened. Second marriage should have never happened. Third marriage should have never happened. If there is a fourth marriage, it better be, because it's supposed to happen. But it's a little late to be having children, okay? I'm 69. There will be no children. Not even adopting children. Because that is for younger people. We have a lot to do. We have a lot left to do in this life. And we can help other people help children. And actually, when you look at it, we're all children of God. Okay, so we can help adults because they're still children. It doesn't mean you have to adopt them. It doesn't mean you have to commit your whole life to one or two children. When we can commit to helping the world. Me and mine are going to help the world. It does remain to be seen, but I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. So in the meantime and in between time, let's all be happy, if we can. And if you see someone who is having a really hard time, I mean, sometimes just being a good listening ear is helping. Okay? So, take care and share. That's the key. Share. Share the love, which is just a smile. Sometimes it's just a smile or a friendly hello. I think one of the things we need to probably quit saying, and it's never going to happen, how you doing? How are you doing? That is a question that begs for an answer. Not a lot of people are doing great. They might say, oh, I'm fine. And I say, yeah, they're lying too. No, I say that about the ones I know. So it doesn't matter. What matters is that we be happy and that we share. Try to make other people happy in the right way. Not sexually, people. That's for the right circumstance. And I can tell you from past experience, sex is not all that. Because without the other components to go with it, it's just not all that. Maybe for men. And maybe for other women. I don't know. I'm just talking about myself. I need the other components to go with it. Love and respect. Tenderness. Consideration. Respect. Did I already say respect? All these things are important. And sex for the moment, that's just gratification for a second. How long does it last? Not very long. I want it over and over and over and over and over again for the rest of my life and all eternity. Not just for a moment. And I've already experienced so much where that which you think is good can turn into that which is not. So, you guys be careful out there. And I'm going to say this again. You people who are exposing yourself, showing the world the stuff that you shouldn't be showing, stop it. Save your sexuality, your nudity. Save your body for your companion. You know, it's a double-edged sword again, you know. Those guys all want sex, but they don't want someone who's out having sex with everybody else. They can have sex with everybody, you know, but they don't want their woman to. Craziness. Stupidity. Irony. Because it is ironic. The double standard. But you women out there that are, you're hurting yourselves. You're hurting yourself. And it lasts a long time. So, it's not too late to change your ways. It's not too late to love yourself, respect yourself, and hold on for something better than what's going on in your life. And make your guy, you can't make them respect you, but you know, you can expect for them to respect you. And then you might find it. So happy trails. I know I haven't talked about great stuff. I can't help myself sometimes. Yeah. My life has not been beautiful. But I have great aspirations that it will be. And life is eternal, whether it be good or bad. So, it doesn't end with this life. There's more to come. But this life is all important. The things you do here are very important. So, words of advice. I don't know how to say it very well because there's just too much. Just know that you're a child of God. You have a purpose. Your life has a purpose, and you need to find it. And you need to respect and love yourself. And don't let every jerk face out there have you. And don't show your body to them. They don't deserve that. Your future husband, I mean the one that's supposed to be, it's not going to want you doing that. Okay? Cover yourself up. Learn to love yourself and respect yourself, and don't give your stuff to these men. They are not worth it. You know what I mean. There are good men out there, but they're not going to want that. You know? Like I said before, it's okay to lust after your fella. And it's okay for them to lust after you, but not the whole world. So anyway, if there is anything, let's see, we believe in being honest, true, chaste, benevolent, and virtuous, and in doing good to all men, which is man and woman. Indeed, we may say that we follow the admonition of Paul. We believe all things. We hope all things. We have endured many things, and we hope to be able to endure all things. If there is anything, see, there's two words that I forget. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to say it wrong again because I know praiseworthy and of good report are two of them. And it seems like maybe virtuous. If there's anything virtuous, I don't know. I don't know those two words. Okay? So, we seek after these things. The point is, we want to seek after the good. There are great things around. And the scriptures are difficult to just get into them and delve into them if you haven't ever. The New Testament, I'd go for the New Testament, and then I'd go for the Book of Mormon. Because there are things in that book that you're not going to find in the other scriptures. Plain and honest truth about who you are, who God is. I don't know how to put it any better, but I mean, the things I've been reading on my channel are pretty heavy, pretty straightforward, and pretty enlightening, very enlightening. So, that's where I'd go to the Book of Mormon. And then maybe you should just go to my channel, because I like I said once before, I like to go for the meat, okay, the meat of stuff, instead of all the garbled up stuff, and then you finally get to something that's really good. I want to get to all the good, okay, and I happen to know where a lot of that is. So, even though I didn't know what I was reading, see, they're starting to show up. I wonder if you can see it. There's too much darkness right here. I want you to see my veins. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. These veins that I'm showing you are going to be laying on the top of my... It'll be under my skin, of course, but it's going to be laying on the top of my skin. There's a big old vein right there. You can't see them because of the lighting, but I can see them. I don't know if you can see that either. Let's see, where's it at? No, it's too damn dark. Yeah, it's too dark. But anyway, they've come up. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that, enough of that. I just want my family to know that I love them. Not that I'm all important or anything, but I do. I love my daughter. I love my grandchildren because they are of my body. They came out of me. Even though we don't get to spend much time together. I wish that was different. And then the family, God's family, we're all brothers and sisters, okay? That one is a very difficult pill to swallow, I'm sure. So many mean people in this world. But they got their reasons too, huh? So I've wasted enough time here. I don't know if it's a waste or not, but I just been jabbering along. And then I intend to jabber some more, and I got things to do. I can't be always talking. I'm going to get my ointments together and get it ready. And I'm going to get prepared to sell. My preserves. Lose body preserves. Okay. Take care, y'all. I love ya. What is it Jesus says? I don't know if it was Jesus that said it, but I chastise those that I love. Because we're trying to help them out. Can't always take bad words as something bad. Or maybe it's bad because we're telling you not to do what you want to do. But we're also trying to save you. A lot of heartbreak. There is a lot of heartbreak in this world. Okay? I keep thinking I could get this better. I'm just not knowing where to talk because the camera's over there. But for some reason I can't look at the camera. Okay, goodbye. Talk to you later. And maybe I should say, happy trails. Happy trails to you until we meet again.